Did you know that there are times when you could be doing something you think is healthy for you, but actually it's causing you harm? Let me explain the latest way that this is showing up and what you can do to avoid it. So I'm sure you've heard since GLP-1s have been out about this probiotic called Akkermansia and how it will help you lose weight. And while that's true, there are some drawbacks. So let's go through it. Number one, if you look at the research, it outright says that Akkermansia disrupts the gut lining. What does that mean? It means that you end up with things in the blood that don't belong there from the gut not being solid anymore. So the gut barrier should have these tight little junctions that don't allow toxic waste to pass through until they've been broken down into pieces small enough that your body can absorb the vitamins and minerals out of them. What Akkermansia does, if it's an overgrowth, because you're overfeeding the gut Akkermansia, is it starts breaking apart these tight junctions, which then allows toxic crap into the bloodstream. So that's the first thing. Number two, it can create other GI dysfunction because SIBO, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, is an overgrowth of any of the bacteria in the gut, not just the bad ones. And as we all know, symptoms of SIBO can range anywhere from mild discomfort to explosive diarrhea, severe GI cramping, for some people constipation, and it can create a lot of bloating. And most of us don't want to walk around in a bikini looking bloated. So if Akkermansia is supposedly good for you, and everyone's touting this Akkermansia probiotic to help you lose weight and help improve your bowel movements and gut motility and all of those kinds of things, how come I think it's bad? Well, too much of anything is a bad thing. Even too much water can be poisonous. So what do you do about it? Well, if you're going to take a probiotic because you're not eating things like leafy greens, cabbage, kale, your bitter greens, that kind of stuff, you should rotate your probiotic every single bottle. So what we do in my house is I order enough for the entire family to have a 1 month supply, and then I order a different kind for the next month. I would never order Akkermansia because my children are a little on the thin side already. That said, I have ordered some probiotics that have it in it, but in really small amounts because, again, Akkermansia is something that does belong in your gut. It helps keep that mucus lining the right layer so that your gut lining can absorb what it needs to out of your food and not too thick. But it's also not in high enough doses that we're overdosing and actually destroying then the lining of the gut. Number two, and this is important for weight loss too, you can eat real food. And when I say real food, I mean all of the foods. So you need to be eating, unfortunately, even if you don't like them, those leafy greens, bitter greens, spicy greens, things like zucchini, cucumber, squash, pumpkin. You need to be eating those things that have natural fibers in them because those fibers are actually what feed the good guys in your gut and keep the bad guys at bay. You need to stop taking in the seed oils that are rancid that you're buying at the market. If you want to make your own flaxseed oil, by all means, have at it. If you want to make your own sunflower oil, by all means, have at it. But make an amount that you're going to use within a week and store it in an airtight, darkly colored bottle in a dark cabinet, not in direct sunlight, because exposure to light and air is what makes it go rancid. Stop snacking. Yes, that's what I said. You, as a grown adult, do not need a snack. Your child who's growing in height and weight by inches, sometimes feet every year, may need a snack if they are not getting enough nutrition at each meal. You, as a grown adult, don't need a snack, and your gut needs the break in order to heal. Fast for 12 hours. You don't need to fast longer than that. And in fact, Women approaching menopause and in menopause probably shouldn't really fast longer than about 14 hours. And also, if you have high stress situations all the time and you feel like you have anxiety, your life feels like it's out of control, you feel like you're parenting kids on your own without your partner, or you are doing that, don't fast for longer than 12 to 14 hours. You will ruin your hormones. Here's one that you're not really going to believe, but get out in natural daylight while it's daylight and put your devices down. What the research actually shows is 4 hours before you want to go to bed. Engage without food with your social circle. There's tons of research that shows it makes a huge difference. It's more important how connected you are to your community than whether or not you smoke on your overall health and longevity. So get involved with your community. Have a sleep schedule and stick to it. If this advice has helped you at all, give me a follow and hit the like button, and maybe even tag somebody in this video who might benefit from it. If you would like to do a consultation and figure out what's going on with your body specifically and how we can remedy it, DM me Basics of Health.